this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can shift to 5D consciousness. Hi, I'm Paul. I help people raise their vibration and connect to their higher self. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all about how you can make the shift to 5D consciousness. So the first thing that you can do to shift to 5D consciousness is to find out what is your life's purpose. And you may say, I have no idea. I've got a stirring inside of me, but I'm not sure exactly my life's purpose. You know, I had this a few years back, and the thing that was the catalyst for change for me was when I had a QHHT session. You know, I was eager. I had read Dolores Cannons' books. I was really excited about having the experience. And when I came out of that session, I was able to tap into the information that was within me, where all of the answers are. You see, everything that we seek is within us. You know, every great spiritual teacher has always said that the answers lie within you. But sometimes we need help in accessing that information. And I found that having a QHHT session was my way of unlocking that great information that was inside. So finding your life's purpose is the number one thing you can do to shift and get in alignment with these new earth energies. So number two of getting into these new 5D energies is to know your intention. And when we know our intention, we can set a path of action. We can know that we can take direct steps to move in the direction that we need to go. And this is why life's purpose is so imperative and important to know. So this is why I've made it number one on the list. So when we know our purpose, we can start to set intentions of what we want to manifest. I found as well that when we set out our intention, the universe works with us in profound ways on helping us manifest what we want to see and experience in the world. So the third thing that you can do to prepare yourself for the 5D shift is to have compassion. Have compassion not only for yourself, but for those around you. And we're experiencing this pretty profound shift at the moment. We're seeing a lot of denser energies come up. We're also seeing a lot of division in society. As this split is occurring, we're seeing people gravitating to one form of consciousness and then others gravitating to a denser form of consciousness. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm sure that you're raising your vibration, that you're moving to higher and higher states of awareness and consciousness. But what about those that are choosing to go into fear, that are choosing to maybe go with more mainstream ideas about what is happening and occurring? We need to show them compassion. You know, and I read stuff online every day and I'm seeing the division and the split happen. But more than ever, it's so important that we are able to be bigger in the picture and able to exercise our spiritual wisdom and show others compassion. And not only should we be showing others compassion, we need to extend that compassion towards ourselves, which means not being so hard on yourself as we're moving through some of these dense energies. Things are being purged up, old shadows are being purged up, old emotions are coming up. It's really important that you don't be too hard on yourself. Set every day, maybe individual goals of things that you can do just for that day, but you're doing well. Give yourself a break, because we are going through something pretty dramatic and we need to show ourselves compassion through the process. And we also need to reserve our energy. You know, there's a lot of psychic driving going on. There's a lot of people's adrenals being shot at the moment and exhausted. So through this process, and things are going to get crazy, things are going to be evolving and changing, and through this process, just allow yourself to show compassion towards yourself. Number 4, forgiveness. And this is a really, really important one. I had held on to resentment and unforgiveness towards people in my life that had hurt me, towards some family members. And I had held on to that resentment for years, and I was unwilling to let it go. Something Dolores Cannons actually said that absolutely resonated with me, that was the game changer. She said, if you wanted to shift to the new earth, if you want to be in this new 5-dimensional energy, you were going to have to forgive. And that was kind of it for me. I knew that through my spiritual awakening, if I was going to go to the next level, a part of that raising of my vibration was to actually purge some of these old energies that I was holding on to. So it was forgiveness. It was forgiving some family members of mine that had done me wrong. Now, it didn't make it right, but it made it right in my life by letting it go. Because forgiveness, it always affects us so much more personally. Very often the other person does not even know that there's an issue. So we want to also extend that forgiveness to ourselves. What are you holding on to that you haven't forgiven yourself for? It may be that you failed somebody. It may be that you really, really hurt someone in your life. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that we need to now, in these new energies, let go of the old. And that means forgiving others and forgiving ourselves. So number 5 is looking after the body. You know, so many of us have neglected ourselves. We've been on the spiritual path. We've been attending to other people's needs. We've been outwardly focused. Maybe you've got a family. Maybe you're busy doing good. But when we neglect ourselves, it keeps us in a lower, denser energy and in a heavier vibration. So we need to actually let our body flourish through this process of evolution. So what does that look like? Eating good foods, eating foods that are nourishing, that are going to give you energy and support your body through the big changes that are occurring. I think as well is drinking plenty of water. You know, your body needs optimal amounts of water every day in order to function correctly. So maybe you can kick out some of these sodas or whatever you drink and just focus more on having more water every day. Another thing is vitamins and minerals are so important. You know, it's a part of my daily routine that I take a lot of supplements, making sure that any deficiencies in my body are being repaired by taking supplements every single day. So this is really important to help elevate us into 5D energies. And number 6, self-love. And if you've seen many of my videos, you'll know I've spoken a lot about self-love. And this kind of ties into what I just shared with looking after the body. You know, we need to not only take care of our body, we need to take care of ourselves emotionally. And this means applying self-love. So what can you do each day as an act of self-love? Well, I encourage people to use affirmations. And in the morning, you might just want to get up and apply an affirmation to your life, that you are worthy, that you are loved, that you are good enough, however you want to word that for you. And you can create little sticky notes and put them around, or put reminders in your phone throughout the day to remind yourself some of these affirmations, and repeat them as often as possible. When you're at home, when you're working, say these things out loud, and the more you say it, the more it's going to become your reality. So finally, I want to reiterate how important it is to find our life's purpose. You see, when we have a sense of purpose and a direction, everything else falls into alignment and place. And the biggest thing right now that we can do is be aware and connecting to what truly is our life's purpose. Now is the time to get in line with your vision. And if you need help with that, and I highly recommend hypnosis, QHHT, as a method of tapping in to that higher state of awareness and finding what your life's purpose is. You can contact me about having a session. I'd love to work with you personally. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can contact me. But until the next video, much love and namaste.